Patty Simpson with Simpson Math. Let's work some problems where we find the mean. First, let's find the mean of a data set. Here we have the numbers 3, -7, 5, 13, and -2. Remember that to find the mean, we're simply going to add up the numbers in our data set and divide by however many numbers there are. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to take the numbers in my data set and I'm going to add them. Remember that when you add a negative, the positive, the plus minus becomes a negative. That negative wins out. Plus 5, plus 13, and we have the same situation here where if I do a plus a negative, that positive times a negative becomes a negative. So I can just write a -2. When I add these together, 3 minus 7, well, first, before I do that, let me write that I'm going to divide this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to find the mean, and we use this mu, this letter mu to mean the mean, I just add up these numbers and divide by 5. So here, I'm going to add up these numbers, 3 minus 7. Well, 7 minus 3 is 4, and I walked further into negative land, so that's a -4. -4 plus 5 is, well, -4 and 5 is 1, and it's a positive 1. Plus 13 is 14. 14 minus 2 then is 12. I'm going to take and divide 12 by 5. 5 goes into 12 2 times with 2 left over. So 5 goes into 24 times. So the average there in the middle of my data is 2.4. So somewhere between -7 and 13 in the center is 2.4. If I were to share those all evenly, it would be 2.4. The mean of 4 numbers is 6. So in other words, when I add up 4 numbers, it's going to equal 6. That's what it tells me, is that when I add up 4 numbers and divide by 4, it's going to equal 6. 3 of the numbers are 4, 8, and 3. So I know I'm going to add 4 plus 8 plus 3. What is the 4th number? I don't know this 4th number. So, I could put a big box there, a big question mark. Typically, we use an X to help us to find that. So we're going to add the numbers that we have here first. So 4 plus 3 is 12. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So we have 15 plus X. All that over 4, and it's equal to 6. Now I'm still trying to find out what this is. So to find that out, I'm going to get rid of my 4. And right now my 4 is dividing. So to get rid of that 4, I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 4. If I multiply this side by 4 and that side by 4, this 4 divided by that 4 becomes 1. Keep my balance even there. And on this side, 6 times 4 becomes 24. Now I almost have X by itself. I just need to subtract 15 from both sides so that I can get X by itself. So X is equal to 9. 24 minus 15 is 9. In this case, 15 minus 15 became 0 and it left me with the X. So let's just see if that makes sense. If I put 9 back in here for my 4th number, do I get 6? Well, 4 plus 8 was 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 9 is 24. 24 divided by 4 really is 6. So my missing number there is 9. Let's try another one. The mean of 12 numbers is 3 5/10. An extra number is included and the mean increases to 4. Find the extra number. So let's start with just that first sentence. It says the mean of 12 numbers is 3.5. So you can think of that as having 3.5 written 12 times, because remember that the mean just shares all your numbers so that they're all the same. Or you could say, I have 12 numbers, whatever those 12 numbers add up to be, and they're dividing by the 12 to give me 3.5. Notice that either way, if I write 3.5 12 times, or if I try to find the box this way, what I'm going to have to do is multiply 12 times 3.5 to find out how much those numbers add up to be. So I'm just going to multiply both sides here by 12. When I multiply both sides of my equations by 12, it leaves me with a box. We could leave it as a box. You could make it a question mark, whatever you want to use, an X. Then 12 times 3 is 36. And then half of 12 is 6. So 36 plus that 6 is 42. Or you could just multiply 12 times 35 and you end up with 42. Now, what we're going to do next is, now we know what those 12 numbers add up to be. We're going to add another number in. So we add up 12 numbers and they add up to be 42. We're going to add another number to that. And how many numbers then do I have? Well, if I had 12 and I add another number to it, I now have 13 numbers. So when I find the mean of these 13 numbers, I need to divide by 13. And it tells us that the mean is now 4. So I go through the same process now to find out what my X is. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 13 to get rid of that 13. So multiply both sides by 13. So I have 42 plus X left on the left. And on the right, I have 4 times 13. So 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 3 is 12. 40 plus 12 is 52. So now I'm still trying to find my X. I need to get that 42 off of that side. So I'm going to subtract 42 from both sides. Subtract 42 from both sides. And my missing number, well, 42 minus 42 is 0. It leaves me with X equals 52 minus 42 is 10. So that added number, the new number, was 10. Let's do one more. Tom's average in a class is 72% after 6 equally weighted assignments. Tom turns in one more assignment and his average falls to 68%. What did Tom make on that last assignment? We're going to handle this the same way we did there. We have 6 numbers that add up. When they add up and divide by 6, they give us 72. So we need to know, what did those 6 numbers add up to be? So we add up and divide by 6, and that gives us 72. So how much did they all add up to be? Multiply both sides by 6 to get rid of the 6. Notice that 6 divided by 6 gives me 1 on that side. So I can find out what my box is equal to. 72 times 6, well, that's 12, carry a 1, 42, 43. So my 6 numbers that were 72% each adds up to be 432. So those 6 numbers add up to be 432. I'm adding another assignment. I had 6 assignments plus another assignment makes a total of 7 assignments. So I'm going to divide by 7. And my new average is 68. So now I'm going to multiply both sides by that 7 to get rid of the 7. That 7 divided by that 7 becomes 1. And on the left, I do some multiplication. So on the right, on the left, I have 432 plus X. And on the right, well, 7 times 8 is 56, carry your 5. 7 times 6 is 42, plus those 5 makes 47. Now, I'm going to subtract the 432 from both sides. Subtract 432 from both sides. And my x is equal to 44. No wonder his grade dropped. He made a 44 on that last assignment. So there's some examples of finding the mean. Math Made Simple is Simpson Math. Thanks for watching.